Welcome to this session of BATCHEET. I am Sanketh Kumar, third year BTech, and I'll be the host for this session. Today we have our guest at Sanketh Pathode from the batch of 2017 to 2021. He has been placed in quantitative analytics and have done several internships during his academic year. And guess what? He is the captain of the institute cricket team too. So let's do some BATCHEET with him. Hello Sanketh, welcome to this session. So how is your
Hey,
life
hi. Thanks a
going?
lot for inviting.
So how is your life going
Well,
during this?
it's going pretty well. I'll say it's not that bad. It's going pretty well. I had, few difficulties in the middle, but it's going well now.
So for the first question, after completing senior secondary education with computer science, how was the shift to biotechnology and when did you decide to go for the biotech?
To answer this question, there are so many, aspects that I had considered while I wanted, while I took admission in biotech. So one aspect was I was doing computer science in my intermediate. That was because I just wanted to, introduce myself to the world of coding. So what
Yeah,
is programming? Actually, I wanted to answer that question to myself, and that was the reason I chose computer science then. But during my, since my high school as well as my intermediate, I found myself aligned towards, biology, but not the pure biology field that I will go to medical field or something like that. So I wanted some field where I can use both this technological things as well as biological things, and that's where I got to know about biotechnology, and then I chose biotech. So that's how I came into this field.
yeah. So you got an opportunity to do a research internship in second year itself. It was at College of Engineering Pune in bio nanotechnology technology. So can you share
Yes.
with us how you applied for it and what project you worked on?
Sure, sure. So, well, actually, I wasn't aware of internships by that time. I was just in my second year, and you know how first years and
Yeah,
second years are. They just like to enjoy their life. So I was also on that part. Luckily, I was in connection with few good seniors of mine, and they told me that it's better if you utilize your time during summer, and the best way to utilize that would be an internship.
yeah,
So I guess it was pretty late. I understood this by January, and peak time to apply for any internship would be from November to January. So it was late January. I started applying. I applied, to few IITs and few other colleges, but definitely as a second year, I was more inexperienced. I was not
yeah.
well acclaimed with the labs or biotechnological terms. So it was difficult for me to get an internship. I got many rejections also. But luckily, when I applied to College of Engineering Pune, the professor he accepted me. And well, I wasn't sure like what work I would work on there. But still, when I went there, that sir he had his specialization in nanotechnology, and that's how I got introduced to nanotechnology. And the project which I did, it was on gold nanorods. So basically I synthesized gold nanorods along with curcumin. Curcumin is nothing but turmeric, haldi.
Yeah.
So I made its gold nanorods, and I found out its application as a antibacterial agent. So I worked along with many bacteria. So that was my first practical application of what I learned in college towards something, towards a project. So that's how my second year internship went along.
So, like since the semester are being online and second years are not having hands-on experience in the biotech lab, so what all the skills a second year biotech student can
Yes.
focus online to get an internship in the coming summer?
Well, it's gonna be really difficult for them
Yeah,
because when you apply for an internship, definitely they check your wet lab skills. That is how much practical knowledge you have. But don't panic. It's not just you are facing the situation.
yes,
Everyone across the globe is facing the same situation. So the best thing would be, you people go and access online courses. There are many good courses available on Coursera, edX, and other learning platforms. Apart from that, I would suggest you to, use more of YouTube towards practical knowledge. Like there will be many experiments available on YouTube. The
yeah,
graphical knowledge you can get from that. So just utilize these opportunities. You have internet along with you, so just utilize that and try to build your resume. So when you go for an internship, it will it will prove to be handy for you.
For the next question, in third year, you got an opportunity to work at IIT Guwahati and worked on cancer nanotechnology, which sound very cool. What was your experience of being first time at IIT Guwahati and in their academic culture?
Sure. So I would like you to tell how I got there first.
Yeah,
So again, as I have told that peak period for internship would be November to January,
yeah,
and here again I was late in applying. So I started applying again in Jan, and
yeah,
it went till Feb. But this time I was pretty sure that I had a good resume, that definitely I will land into some good IIT for my internship. So I found out the professors from the IIT's website, that I found out the professors under whom I want to work, and I made a list of it. So it's always a good good idea, or I would say a good habit when to apply internship, when especially when you're applying offline. Make a list of professors that you want to work under. You think that their interests and your interests are matching, then make a Excel sheet, write that professor's name, their interest, their work area and everything, and then it becomes easier to apply. So I started applying late in January, and I remember I got acceptance from IIT Madras, IIT Hyderabad, IIT Mumbai, and then IIT Guwahati was the fourth one. But there was IIT Madras, that faculty wanted some intern for a period of 4 to 5 months, so that was not feasible for me. So I had to choose between other options, and I found out that IIT Guwahati was best for me because the faculty that I had got, he was working on cancer nanotech. So I just wanted to work on cells this time, mammalian cells. So that's where I chose IIT Guwahati. Well, the experience there was, it was really, I would say, the one of the best experience that I have ever got in my life. When I just first stepped in the lab, I was surprised and I was shocked at the same time, because you have seen our labs. The labs and
yeah.
IITs would be humongous. They will be huge. There were a lot of a lot of facilities, lot of new equipments, and I just stood at the door and I was just shocked. You know, so one PhD scholar had to come to me and tell what happened. Like, you got, are you fine? Are you well? I said, okay, I'm just surprised looking at the lab. So it was best. Earlier, 2 3 days were nervous for me. I used to think that whether I would be able to cope up or not with this IIT, because I haven't been, I haven't got hands-on experience with such experiments or equipments anytime in my life. So is it going to be difficult for me? But then, yes, it was really a nice experience. As time went on, I got familiar with them, and I worked a lot there. I worked for around 45 days for that intern, and even I have got one paper published there. So that's a good thing.
So, like, how do you get to know about the cancer nanotech field, and what made you decide to explore that field more
Yes.
specifically?
Well. So yes. So when I joined there, when I went, I got the freedom from my guide, that I can work on any field that I want there. In the nanotech and cancer domain, I can choose any project of mine.
Yeah,
So I took earlier 5 days, I guess. I went through literature, and there I decided that I wanted to work on something which is easily available in the environment, and as well as it is cheap. But at the same time, I had to make sure that have to implement nanotechnology in it, and as well as its application should come on cancer.
yeah.
So there I came up, I would say I formulated this idea of using eucalyptus oil and making its nano emulsion, and then trying it on cancer cells. So yeah, I presented it towards my guide. I also discussed it along with the PhD scholars present there, and he agreed. I got a green signal, and that's how I went on. And I worked on lung cancer. So yeah, it proved successful that it was kind of a medicine that I created using eucalyptus oil, and it could kill 90% of the cancer cells.
What are all your skills that help you out to stand out from the other applicants? Like you applied directly, but like you may have some kind of skill set that stand out from the other applicants. So what are those skills?
You are asking regarding to the internship, right?
Yeah, internship.
Yes. So I would say, when you apply offline, it's simple and crisp that your cover letter should be good and your resume should be perfect. So these are the skills that you need to, check a lot. Yeah, I would say that keep updating your resume from time to time and make sure you are covering everything that you have learned in your academics and just put it there. Basically, when you are applying to offline internships, so make sure your cover letter is short and crisp, because those are professors working in highly esteemed universities or laboratories. So basically, they don't have much time to go through your big cover letter. So what they will
Yes.
do, they will just skim. They'll just read two, three lines. If they think, okay, this is interesting, they'll read on. If not, they'll just leave it. They just see and then just ignore it. So make sure whenever you're writing your cover letter, it is short and crisp. It is including everything that you want to tell to that professor. It should have a proper subject that you are mailing them regarding internship. It should tell them that, okay, I'm interested in so and so area. And also it should mention that, okay, I'm available for this much duration and I want to do internship for that duration. So this point should be covered in your cover letter. Along with that, few skills that you think would be, handy for that internship. And your resume should include everything that you have learned for that area. There may be, dry lab skills or wet lab skills or the courses that you have done or any conferences that you have attended or maybe training programs or something. So this is how you build your cover letter and resume. I think
So,
I took proper care. I yes, yes.
no, no, go ahead.
Yeah, so as I told you that I had a good connection of seniors, so they used to help me in preparing that. So these are the few things which I think made me stand out from the crowd, and I got acceptance from IIT Guwahati.
So, like in the third year, internship drive came in at the campus, and people may go for the industrial internship. So, why did you choose research internship over industrial internship?
Well, there are two answers to this. First is you won't get industrial internship for biotech in campus.
Okay.
And if you are applying off campus, and anyways, whenever you are applying for industrial internship, you won't get to learn much. That is, what happens in industries. They make you do something which they always do, and that is a cycle which keeps on, keeps on just following the same cycle every day. I had friends who had worked in Aurobindo Pharma. So what they did is they did Western blotting for 2 months. Every day they used to go in the industry and they would just do Western blotting. That's it. They learned nothing apart from that. So I
Acha.
was sure on my point that if I am, spending my time towards an internship, that I want to increase my skill set. I want to learn as much as I can. So for that, if even if you are thinking in that manner, then definitely you should go for research internship, because there is no constraint. You will get to learn a lot and you can explore a lot. So that was my personal choice. So it depends from individual to individual.
Yeah. So, you got campus placement in quantitative analytics. So, please share some experience of the whole process.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, I decided to apply for placements very late. I wasn't sure that I would go for placements earlier, but once my college started, after I guess 2 or 3 months, I decided that okay, Sanket, I think you should also go for placements.
Okay.
And Quantify was just my second company where I gave my interview.
Okay.
I remember that I applied for very few companies. I guess just 3 or 4 companies applied. I just applied for their OTs. First company where I got shortlisted was Novartis. That was my first interview. I had no experience of any prior interview, for placements. I had never prepared for that. I went there. I got rejected in
That's
the first
great.
round. But that rejection also is an opportunity for me. Like I used to think in that way because I got to know where I was lacking. So I just worked on that area, and immediately after, I guess 15, 20 days, the second interview came, Quantify came. I got shortlisted for that. But one thing which I would like to advise, my juniors and you people that whenever you are applying for any placement or any internship in the sense I'm talking about campus internships. So don't just think that you need to clear the interview process. Break the whole process into different parts. There will be OT first, then in the interview again there will be different parts, maybe GD or technical interview or HR interview, and then just divide in different parts and go step by step. Like make sure ki are you capable enough to clear the OT. If you think that, then you can go and prepare for other parts. But if you don't think, then you should work for OT first, because that would be the first step in your placement thing. So work on OT, and if you think that okay, now you have honed your skills, then you can go for next step and prepare for GD or whatever steps would be there. So just take it step by step, think of a bigger picture, but then go step by step. So that's how I used to go, and even now I use that technique whenever I'm doing something.
So, coming to the recent question, like, do you think that this COVID pandemic can be considered as boon for the biotechnology field, either industrial or research area, or will it affect badly to 2021 or 2022 graduating batch with less employment opportunities?
You can, it's visible that it's actually a boon for biotech industries. Companies like Pfizer, Bharat Biotech, Serum, Oxford, they are doing pretty well now. But coming towards, employment side, like coming toward job side,
Yeah.
biotech companies, still they just tend to hire biotech people who have more experience, who have done masters or PhDs, something like that. So at a graduate level, I won't think that things have become better for graduate people in terms of employment. So if you really want to work in any biotech sector, research area, definitely you need to go for masters. This is the current scenario. I hope it should change, but it's reality. Though it is harsh, it's reality.
So we know that you are part of TAB in second year itself. So how specifically do you think that being part of this association help you in advancing your career or have helped you other way?
Well, there are so many aspects that such extracurricular activities would help you. Being a member of TAB, I used to feel that it's a respectable place in, in the college or among my peers too. TAB helped me grow connections with faculties as well as with senior people, juniors, and as well as my parallels. So there I learned how to make up a network, how to nourish it, and how to cherish it. So, and apart from that, TAB, it's biotech association. So, one of the major role that you need to follow being a member of TAB would be to, uh, like maintain and increase the image of biotech department in the college. So that's how I also worked on that. I was a part of many events that would go on in TAB. So that just helps you. And the most important part of TAB would be the managing thing, so that also helped me managing leadership. There are a lot of aspects that I learned from time.
So you were also in the institute cricket team and have played in inter-NIT competition. So how was your experience there on the field?
Yeah. Well, I have mixed experiences in cricket.
Yeah,
I have won many tournaments, but also I have lost many. Uh,
that's obvious.
my my connection with cricket started since my childhood. I remember, I was so little that I wasn't even able to hold a bat, but still I used to go with my brother to the field and I would throw balls to him. So that's how I started my cricket. So it was damn sure that whenever I would go to college, I just wanted to represent my college. But you won't believe that when I first came to college, there was this cricket trials were going on for the institute cricket team. I went and I gave my trials and I was rejected, directly in the first round. So that's how my journey in our college for cricket began. I got rejected in first year. I was I was not part of our cricket team in first year, but I made a comeback. I again that was an opportunity in disguise for me. I again worked on my skills, and I made sure that whenever I go and apply for second year, I'll definitely get selected. So that's how it happened. I got selected in second year. Third year, I became vice captain. Fourth year, I became captain, and then I would say that I am the most successful captain of our institute's history.
Wow.
So that's kind of accolade for me. And experiences, definitely you will have mixed experiences. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. But the best part about cricket was I learned a lot, and you learn theoretical knowledge from your books, from your academics, but practical knowledge you need to put on extracurricular activities. So cricket was my domain where I used to go and put my practical knowledge, and I really learned a lot from that.
Any other co-curricular activity you are part of in the college or yeah?
Yeah, I was actually, I was more involved in extracurricular than my academics. So I was also in film committee, I was in TAB, I was in Anime and Comics Club, but I was, a constant member of TZ. I
Acha.
used to love working in TZ. So in first year, I was volunteer for this event Three Musketeers. Second year, I became EVM for Neon Cricket. So you must have heard of Neon Cricket. So that
Yeah.
was me and my team's idea. So we started that firstly in our college. Third year, I became subcore, and final year, I was also coordinator of CC. So I just love working in extracurricular activities. I love that.
Better. So, since everything is are being digitalized and so everything is going on online platform, so how do you think that the current juniors could utilize those online platform for their career?
Uh, See, definitely, I think I won't say that it's a boon for anyone, or it's not even a bad thing for anyone. It's still equal. Everything has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
So try looking on a pros side that you have got many opportunities to learn things online. There are many learning platforms who are offering courses for free. So just start utilizing that, make connections. As you already said that a few of the IITs that they are offering online internships. So it wasn't the case with our batch. So we had to apply for offline internship only. So you people can do this. You can avail this avail this opportunity. There are other things also. You have got a lot of time. You are at home, so definitely you have got a lot of time to decide and ponder upon what you want to do in future, what you want to do with your career. So just utilize everything, and definitely things will become better later on. But think of today and prepare for future.
So at the end, I would like you to give some valuable suggestion and advice to the juniors specifically for each year, and what should be their strategy and priorities for core and non-core profiles.
Okay. So I don't think for final years there is much choice left now. Already one semester is done. So just focus on your placements if you are applying for that. If not, if you are going for masters, just focus on that for now. But yeah, first year, second year, and third years, these people they really have a lot of time in their hand. I would suggest you to take some time and really think that what you want to do with your life, in what field do you want to work with, especially when we take example of biotechnology. I would say half of the people in biotech, more than half of the people in biotech, they are by chance, not by choice. So these people, they definitely don't want to work with core, and they want to switch their areas. So you really have time in your hand now. So decide where you want to go. Suppose you want to go towards software side, then start working towards it. Do courses in that, in software side. Apply for internships there. If you want to go to management or business side, then really get knowledge from that fields too. And if you want to go for masters in biotech, then get ready for that. If you just want placement, then get to know what are the things that you should learn for placements and work on that. Basically there is this thing which I use. It's called SWOT analysis, SWOT. So S stands for strength, W for weakness, O for opportunity, and T for threats. So if you think that you want to do something in life, let's say when during this pandemic, when I had to decide about my future, whether to go into biotech field or management field, I had to make a choice between both of them.
Yeah.
So I did this analysis. What I did was I penned down both the fields, management and biotech. I wrote everything. I wrote what are my strengths in that, what are my weaknesses towards it, what are the opportunities both of the fields, and what would be the threats if I join them. So this analysis helped me to look at the things in a better perspective, and it really helps you, to take a decision between two. So that's how I would like you, Genius, to go on with your life and really utilize your time. Also, at the same time, live your life. It's your college life. Definitely, you should enjoy it. But things should go hand in hand. It should not be 100% enjoyment or 100% study. Make it 50-50. Let it go hand in hand, and definitely will get results.